Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Friday, 23rd of February 2024. This day is celebrated as World Peace and Understanding Day. It is observed on February 23 every year, promoting harmony and goodwill among individuals from different religious cultures and geography. From the history point of view, 1947, 23rd February, establishment of International Organization for Standardization, ISO. In 1952, 23rd February, Indian Parliament passed the Workers' Provident Fund Bill. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that Raisina dialogue, European delegation urges India to support Ukraine mired in war. Ministry of External Affairs, Raisina dialogue sees a large turnout of European foreign ministers. Jaishankar hosts launch for Nordic Baltic Forum. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar with Denmark Foreign Affairs Minister Lars Rasmussen during a meeting on the sidelines of the Raisina Dialogue 2024 in New Delhi on Thursday. European minister gathered for Ministry of External Affairs Raisina Dialogue here urged India to reconsider trade and ties with Russia and to press the case for Ukraine's sovereignty ahead of the second anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine that falls on February 24. The ministries that have made up a large majority, numbering 15 of the 21 foreign ministers speaking at the annual conference, have been meeting with the External Affairs Minister Ajay Shankar separately since Wednesday, as well as during a lodge hosted by him for some of them for the Indian Nordic Baltic Forum on Thursday. In particular, they urged India to join a peace conference in Switzerland, set to be held shortly at the request of the Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky. According to the sources, Mr. Jaishankar also discussed this with the Swiss Foreign Minister recently. The Hindu newspaper also states that first United States moon lander in 52 years touches down but sends weak signal. Despite the spotty communication, Intuitive Machines, the private company that built and managed Odysseus, confirmed that the craft had landed. The frame grab from NASA shows Scorpios, a space launch company, SSLC, team members watching as Intuitive Machines Odysseus lunar lander touches down on the moon in the Torrance, California on February 22, 2024. A private lander touched down on the moon on February 22nd, but managed just a weak signal back after the flight controllers scrambled to gain better contact with the first United States spacecraft to reach the lunar surface in the more than 50 years. The Hindu newspaper also states that Chinese research ship moors near Maldives after spending a month in the Indian Ocean. A high-tech Chinese marine research ship on Thursday arrived near the Maldives after spending about a month in the Indian Ocean near the island nation. Media reporters said here the ship Zhang Yang Hong 3 reached the Maldives on the same day when India's Sri Lanka coast guard ships reached the strategically located archipelago for the trilateral naval exercise. A high-tech Chinese marine research ship on Thursday arrived near the Maldives after spending about a month in the Indian Ocean near the island nation, media reporters said. When towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that more unions joined stir up anti-farmers' death. Tractors and trolleys of the protesting farmers parked on the highway during their ongoing protest over the various demands, including a legal guarantee of minimum support price for crops at the Punjab-Haryana Shampoo border in Patiala district on Thursday. The death of 21-year-old protester at the Punjab-Haryana border appeared to galvanize disparate farm unions on the Thursday as cultivator groups upped at the ante of their 2-week-long protests, demanding murder charges against the police as well as the Chief Minister and Home Minister of Haryana, and announcing a slew of new joint programs. Hindustan Times also states that Cabinet Committee on Security approves rupees 19,000 crore Navy deal for BrahMos missiles. BrahMos variants can be launched from land, air and sea. New Delhi, the Cabinet Committee on Security has approved the acquisition of more than 200 BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles and associated systems that will be fitted on Indian warships, with a significant capability enhancement for the Navy expected to cost around rupees 19,000 crore, officials aware of the matter said on Thursday. United Times also states that expanding relationship with India is one of our core foreign policies, Norway minister said. Norway's Deputy Foreign Minister and Andreas Motzfeldt Kravik. New Delhi, the European Free Trade Association (EFTA) is hopeful of finalizing a trade deal with India within a few days or weeks, and if the four-nation bloc has a clear ambition to sign the agreement before the country enters in the election cycle, Norway's Deputy Foreign Minister Andreas Motzfeldt Kravik said on Thursday. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, India's mineral production raises 5.1% in December. The cumulative growth rate in the mining sector during the April-December period of financial year 2024 compared to a year ago period is 8.5%. India's mineral output index increased by 5.1% at 139.4 in December as compared to the year ago period, the government said on Thursday. The cumulative growth rate in the sector during the April-December period of financial year 2024 compared to a year ago period is 8.5%. Job on inflation front not over. Last mile of disinflation can be sticky. Das in MPC minutes. The Reserve Bank of India governor wrote that the current setting of monetary policy is moving in the right direction, with the growth holding firm and inflation trending down to the target. Headline inflation rose from 4.9% in October to 5.7% in December, even as core inflation, CPI inflation excluding food and fuel, softening to a 4-year low of 3.8%. Shaktikant Das. Government allows 54,760 ton of onion exports to Bangladesh, Mauritius, Bahrain and Bhutan. According to the sources, the decision has been taken following a recommendation from the External Affairs Minister, and several countries made a request for the supply of onion from India. Amid export ban on onion, India on Thursday took an exemption and permitted overseas sale of a fixed quantity of 54,760 ton of the kitchen sample to Bangladesh, Mauritius, Bahrain and Bhutan. The government has imposed a ban on onions export till March 31st to boost domestic supply and check price rise. Going towards the world news, including Dubai introduced 5-year multiple entry visas for Indians. Edible plant poetry and English lessons a Mother's Day in a Gaza tent. Putin takes flight in a nuclear-capable bomber in tough message to West ahead of election. Navalny's mother accuses Russian investigators of trying to stage a sacred funeral. Lord Buddha's holy relics reach Thailand. Exposition agreement signed. Trump's pattern of pressure to overturn the 2020 election. Going towards the science and technology, ADHD, our traits may have given our ancestors an evolutionary advantage study. ADHD maybe make it more difficult to do everyday tasks in the modern world, but a new study suggests that it may have given our ancestors evolutionary advantages. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. Related traits may have given our ancestors an evolutionary advantage for our ancestors who foraged for food, suggests a new study. ADHD could have given hunter-gatherers advantages when foraging for food. In a first CERN, scientists carry out laser cooling of positronium. Physicists representing 19 European and 1 India research group comprising the Anti-Hydrogen Experiment Gravity Interferometry Spectroscopy AEGIS collaboration announced this scientific achievement on Thursday. In a first, an international team of physicists from the Anti-Hydrogen Experiment Gravity Interferometry Spectroscopy. The laser setup used to laser cool the positronium. United States achieves first moon landing in the half of century with the private spacecraft Odysseus. The landing on one day after the spacecraft reached lunar orbit and a week after its launch from Florida was confirmed by signals beamed back some 239,000 miles, 384,000 kilometers to mission control. The six-legged crowboat render dubbed Odysseus touched down at about 6:23 p.m. EST 2323 GMT. The company and NASA commentators said in a joint webcast of the landing from Intuitive Machines Mission Operations Center in Houston. Now we talk about the UNICEF summit. UNICEF, Nations Children's Fund, is an agency of the United Nations responsible for providing humanitarian and developmental aid to children worldwide. International Children Emergency Fund, United Nations International Children Emergency Fund, for providing humanitarian and developmental aid to children worldwide. The organization is one of the most widely known and visible social welfare entities globally, operating in 992 countries and territories. UNICEF's activity including providing immunization and disease prevention, administering treatment for children and mothers with HIV, enhancing childhood and material nutrition, improving sanitation, promoting education, and providing emergency relief in response to disasters. Legal status: active 11 December 1946, 77 years ago. United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund was headquarters in New York City, New York, and United States. In 2018, UNICEF assisted in the birth of some 27 million babies, administered pentavalent vaccines to estimated 65.5 million children, provided the education for 12 million children, treated 4 million children with severe acute malnutrition, and responded to 285 humanitarian emergencies in 90 countries. UNICEF has received recognition for its work, including the Nobel Peace Prize in 1965, the Indira Gandhi Prize in 1989, and the Prince of Asturias Award in 2006. During the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, UNICEF, along with the World Health Organization and other agencies, published guidance about health parenting. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Maulana Abul Kalam, whose full name was Abul Kalam Ghulam Muhyiddin Ahmad bin Khairuddin Al-Hasini Azad. Birth anniversary 11 November 1888 up to 22nd February 1958. Was an Indian independence activist, writer, senior leader of the Indian National Congress. Following the India's independence, he became the first Minister of Education in the government. He is commonly remembered as the Maulana Azad. The word Maulana is an honorific meaning of master, and as adopted Azad free as his pen name. His contribution to establishing the Education Foundation in India is recognized by celebrating his birthday as National Education Day across the India. Maulana Kalam says a famous quotation. He says that we must not for a moment forget it is a birthright of every individual to receive at least the basic education, without which he cannot fully discharge his duties as a citizen. Okay, thank you.